Welcome back to the Prison Yard TV, where we discuss real prison politics in real time. Um, Today, we have a special guest, an exclusive guest, someone I grew up with, somebody that's from my neighborhood, somebody that means something from my neighborhood, somebody that's really don't need no introduction if you're from anywhere around Northern California from here to Denver. Um, I'm gonna let him introduce himself when he gets on here. But this individual, he just did a lot of time in the federal prison system, and it's an honor to have him. Like I said, I've been knowing this individual for a long time, and we put a lot of work in to make this happen. I'll explain that later at the end of the interview. If you haven't already liked, subscribed, and shared, please do so now. It's free to subscribe to this channel. It's also free to share. Oh shit, who's that? So he'll be logging in any second now. As you guys see by the thumbnail, it's Big Cisco from 29th Street, Garden Block Crib. We're going to discuss a few things of what he's been through in the last 15 years. We're going to discuss before that. For my viewers, this channel is geared towards saving our youth from ever having to go through the things that we went through. When I'm saying we, it's us as a whole, a community, us that been in prison, us that been joined gangs. We're trying to save our children from doing that. And I think it's our duty to give back. And I believe that everything you do in life comes back to you some way or another. And anyone that knows me knows that my story. I don't want to get into my story. It's not my time right now. It's Big Cisco's time. This individual that's coming on is very intelligent. There's actually a law that he got himself out of prison a few years early, more than a few years. And there's a law, the United States of America versus Jason Broadway. Check it out. My other friend over there in New York, Chad, he had wrote the law for the compassionate release law for the federal prisoners, and he got himself out way early. But he's not the only one. United States versus Jason Broadway. Check that out. Let me see what's going on. He's supposed to tap in right now. He's a minute late. Yep, this is a bad habit. This is the baddest habit I had all my life. This ain't weed. It's this. Been smoking this shit for a lot of years. Can't shake this shit. I'm trying now before my surgery. And it's the worst habit that anyone could have. It's worse than drugs, I assume. I wouldn't know about it. That was him. He said, wait 1 second. He'll be on here in 1 second. Did the introduction. Got a late bloomer. Oh, so I was going with another video I got scheduled for Wednesday. But anybody, I'm being interviewed on Blood on the Razor Wire TV. Anyone that knows Blood on the Razor Wire TV, It's a channel on YouTube that is very. He's doing the work. He's really saving people, man. And I admire him. His name is Chad. It's Blood on the Razor Wire TV. Buy his book. It's wonderful. It's great. It's a page turner. It's called Blood on the Razor Wire TV. Tap into his channel and check him out. I'm sure you guys will like him. I'm supposed to be doing an interview on his show Wednesday or Thursday, so I'm gonna have to cancel my my actual video I was gonna put out there. Let's make that call.
Hey, I'm trying to hit this link right now, baby.
You're live right now. You're live talking right now. I already did your introduction. You're late. Come on, man.
I'm trying to go right now. I'm trying to get this shit.
Man.
Goddamn.
I'm looking.
They won't let me stream on this computer, so I'm trying to get it on my phone. I just hit your link on my phone. Just 1 second, honey. 1 second, baby. I'm coming right now.
You're live anyway. They can hear you talking. We might have to do this with just my face if you can't get the link, man. This is an on-time show. We 6 minutes in, and I did the introduction already, so
I'm coming right.
I can't restart this live.
Now look, I got you on this.
I don't see you. You'll pop up.
Link on my phone.
You'll pop up. You'll pop up on my screen when you hit the link. I'm sending you the link to your phone right now. You hear me? I'm sending it to your message I'm sending it as a message. It's there. All you do is hit it and turn your camera on.
I just hit it.
I don't see you.
Okay. I done popped up.
I don't
see my face.
I don't see you.
Hold on, now let me see. Subscribe, no subscribe. What's the line? Go live. You got me?
Nope. Don't see you.
Chat publicly. You hit this? Live chat. I just push live chat, baby, and it ain't.
I don't see you.
Hold on.
You would pop straight up.
I just hit live chat. Live chat.
Hey, D, you can't go wrong fucking with the Cowboys, man. It's the richest franchise in America as far as sports is concerned. We got viewers and they're waiting. I'm getting messages. We might have to do this over the phone. I already did the introduction to Big Cisco. I'm dropping people right now because he's very late. 22 people fell off already, 23. I don't know what's going on with his phone. Check it out, viewers. He's way in Denver.
I'm right here, baby.
He's in Colorado, so he's never.
I'm right here.
Mm-hmm. My end is live. I don't know what's going on.
I'm here with
you. Gotta hang up with me, I think, bro. I don't know what's going on. He was live on the phone, so he's gonna try to tap in. Like I said, this interview took a lot to get because he is in Denver, Colorado right now. We might have to do it over the phone. I think that's what we're gonna have to do. I'm gonna have to call him back. And do this over the phone. That's what I'm gonna do.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I'm here with you, Doc.
So you're gonna have to do this over the phone. All the viewers are leaving. They're
Okay. I'm here. It's gonna it says I can go fully live in 23 minutes on this computer, but until then, man, we can do this over the phone, baby.
Okay, so I already did your introduction. I want you to introduce yourself. Tell my viewers where you're from, what you've been through in the last 15, 16 years, what you're doing now. A little bit about, I already explained the Broadway law. I didn't talk about your books. So go on and introduce yourself and let my viewers know who you are and where you're from and where you just came from.
Okay. Well, Jason Broadway, but in the streets they call me Big Cisco, and I'm from Garden Block, born and raised, and just finished doing 15 in the Fed, and got released early on this law that my lawyer put together, and it's called the Broadway law. It's getting people out of prison all over the country, and it's really it's a really exciting thing, man. You know what I'm saying? To finally see these crack laws change, and you know, people of my color, your color, you know, getting a chance to you know, be free, man. Because it's been a long time, and these laws haven't changed in 20, 30 years, and finally, you know, my lawyer put together, you know what I'm saying, she went up against the federal government by herself. You know, I had a lot of help from a few names you might know of, Kim Kardashian. Shout out to Kim. My big brother, Elder Jackson III, and my lawyer, Meredith B. Esser. And, you know.
Okay, so wait a minute. I hate to interrupt you. So Kim Kardashian was actually a component in helping you get out. I know that. I know that from talking to you before. But how has she changed the prison system in the United States of America? Not just in California, but how has she changed the prison system?
Well, Kim went up there in front of the president at the time, Trump, and basically demanded some, you know, demanded some fairness with these drug laws. As far as the crack used to be 100 to 1 when it came to cocaine. You know, crack was 100 times worse than cocaine. And when she went up in there and did her little, you know what I'm saying, did her thing, they moved it to 18 to 1. And what I'm hearing now, it should be 1 to 1 now. And, you know, those laws were unjust, but they were aimed at the blacks and Latinos, you know what I'm saying, who were moving that crack. And as far as, you know, compared to powder cocaine, mostly, you know, in the hands of the white folks. So she wanted some fairness in that, and, you know what I'm saying, some prison reform as far as the way the laws are built against us, against people of color, and how they're in favor of, you know, everybody else. So she really did her thing, and she had a big hand in helping me, you know, do what I got to do. Like I said, I can't forget my big bro. Hey man, my little brother's trying to get out. He's been dead 15 years for some shit that, you know, usually people getting 5, 6, 7 years for. And you know, they went to bat for me, and I'm out, man. Like I said, I had a 22-year sentence, but
what was your charges?
A little bit of drug trafficking, drug smuggling, shit like that. I got to talk with her. Like I'm saying, all you got to do is look up under the Broadway law, Jason Broadway versus United States of America, and it pretty much explains everything. I got caught with just a half a brick, like a little under 18 ounces of crack and a pistol, and they basically struck me out in federal terms. They gave me a career criminal, and what they did as far as with this prison reform, they changed the criteria of the career couple levels, and instead of getting something like 20, 30 years, now you're looking at, you know what I'm saying, 5 and 10, which it should have been all along. So that's pretty much how that goes. That's what they did.
So you had a 22-year sentence. How much time did you serve on that?
A little under 15 years.
So if it wasn't for Kim Kardashian and your lawyer, you would still be 7 years to go.
No question, because I lost all my good time. You know, I was in prison acting a fool, fighting, stabbing, all that stupid shit that comes along with prison. So I didn't have no good time. That 22-year sentence, I was gonna have to do that whole thing.
The whole 22.
So, the whole 22.
That's crazy. So what did you do? Okay, so you said you was in there fighting and stabbing. Okay, and that sometimes that's not by choice. Sometimes,
no, absolutely not.
It depends on where you're at in the feds, state too. I never been in the feds, but I got relatives that have. So you done some productive stuff while you was in prison, though. How did you balance that out? How did you, first of all, what did you do while you was in prison besides all the violence?
Well, when they gave me, when I was going to court in the SDC out here in Inglewood, Colorado, and they told me there's no way we can get up under this 262 months that they're trying to give you. I was just like, man, this shit is fucked up, and I started writing books. And turns out that that's something I'm really good at. And so I was, you know, in prison, getting in trouble, going to the shoot a lot, spending a lot of time in that shoot. I just started writing, man, and you know, I wrote like 15 books, and I got some. I'm pretty vicious at that book writing shit. So you know, it's kind of. I started out as something to keep me busy for this long sentence I was about to do, but as it turned out, man, that was a talent that I didn't know I had, and so you know, I expanded on that and did my thing, man, and you know, I'm proud of that. And like I'm saying, we'll get to that later on, I'm sure, but we got something to offer the public, and you know what I'm saying, as far as check my workout and all that shit. But like I'm saying, we'll get to that later, or whenever you're ready, you know.
Yeah. Shit, I thought this interview was gonna be live as far as me and you on here.
I'm knowing. I don't know what happened with. Like I'm saying, I hit that link and it just didn't go live.
Yeah.
You know I hit your link. You hit me, and I don't know what the hell
So
happened
for my viewers, I usually do phone interviews with people that are incarcerated in prison. But so he's out. He's out. I assure you of that. He's free. He's in Denver, Colorado. He's trying to make his way back to Killer, California, where he belongs, see his kids and his grandkids. So what are you actually doing? When did you get out? How long ago did you get out?
I got out January 4th.
So you've been out.
No, January 6th of this year.
So you've been out almost 7 months yesterday. Okay.
Yeah, six or something.
So a lot of people from here don't know you was out, because I didn't know you was out till last month. So what's the process to getting back home? I mean, I know you got to be frustrated because you ain't seen your kids, you ain't seen your grandkids, and
no question.
And you're a stronger man than me, because when they let me out of Washington State, I got out of Walla Walla, and they don't have parole up there. They got community custody. It's like parole, but you get off in 6 to 9 months. And I couldn't do it because I needed to see my kids. So I just took off and came home. And I knew the violations were 30, 60 days at the most. And I couldn't stop myself from getting on that plane, man, and saying fuck parole. But that was the 38-year-old me. And I'm wondering, how are you so strong not to just say fuck it and come back? Is it like, have you really made a change and you don't want to go back to prison ever again? And if you do go back, you know it's going to be more it's gonna be they're gonna throw the book at you. It's gonna be
No
30
question.
or better. So that's about it. We're done after that at our age. So what keeps you strong enough to do what you're doing out there? You're working, aren't you?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm working, and like I'm saying, I'm working at these festivals they got out here, and man, I'm having a ball. And just real quick for the viewers and the listeners, man, just check out my Facebook page. It's up under my real name, Jason Broadway, and you can get a couple of things that I'm doing at these festivals. You know, I'm working like security at these concerts, and slash running crews to set up and clean up the festivals, and I'm staying working, I'm staying busy. And now back to your question, as far as me being strong enough not to jump on a plane. So don't think I haven't thought about it. But the thing is, don't think I haven't thought about it. But the thing is, with federal parole, it's not them little 30, 60-day violations. In federal parole, they'll give you you can get a violation up to 5 years.
Ooh.
So let's say I decided to jump on a plane and get back out of here. That could be damn near like a whole nother bid. They can give me another 5 years for doing some shit like that. So, I've been having these parole and probation tales since I was 12 years old. I've always been on paper. I'm trying to really get my shit together, man, and get off this paper, man, and get these people out of my life so I can do what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? So I got some real interesting shit planned.
So a couple of my viewers asked, where were you at and where'd you do your time at? Where'd you do what prisons were you at?
Man, I started out in Atlanta, USP, and I've been all over the country. Like you said, the feds, they don't give a fuck about your family, where you're from. They'll put you on a bus to anywhere, and especially if you get to fighting and fucking up like I was doing, because, my mind wasn't right. And plus, when you're involved in gangs in the feds, pretty much whatever's going on with that gang is what's going on with you. Ain't no, I'm going to sit back and sit this one out and y'all do y'all thing. If one of your homeboys does something stupid and steps on somebody's shoe, or, everybody else involved in that car has to ride with him, right or wrong. Now, we'll hash everything else out in the shoe. You know what I'm saying? If you were wrong or whatever, but in the meantime, between time, sharpen up the knives and it's time to go. So, that's the situation. And, for everybody who don't know, I'm Crip. I was riding in that Crip car. In that Crip car, you got Crips from all over the country who are not really up on California politics per se, and they really just do what the hell they want to do. But if they're a part of your car, whatever they do, right or wrong, you have to go with them.
That was going to be my next question. So there's like 4 channels that I'm associated with, and I sit back here, and I haven't made a solid video about it, but they're either ex-Northerners, ex-Southerners, or white boys. And every one of them say the same thing. And I want to rebut this, but I don't want to rebut it in a way because they're ex-Northerners and ex-Southerners. And when you're active, you don't supposed to associate. I'll do a video about that later. But they're actually 2 guys put out a video. Why don't Mexicans give blacks fades? And it went on and on for weeks, and it's still going on. They're still making videos about it. And the comments and the response to the comments is blacks don't like to use knives in prison. We're more of a fighters. And when we go to war with the Southern Mexicans, the Northern Mexicans, the Bulldogs, the white boys, we usually get stabbed up because we don't carry knives in prison. And I want so bad to do an interview on one of these cast channels because, I did shoot time for that type of shit, knives. So what do you say to those channels that are saying this?
absolutely a false misconception of what's going on in prison. And see, the thing, and like I'm saying, no disrespect to no other gangs, white, Hispanic, none of that shit. But really, what it is, you know, them brothers got them hands. Not that nobody else does, but the thing is, ain't nobody trying to take no loss. And that heads up can lead you into a loss. And let's say hypothetical. We on some hypothetical shit right now. If a brother gets into a fight with a Southern Mexican, a brother whoops his ass, that's the loss for the whole Southern Mexican car. And so to prevent that, we're just not going to do no heads up. There's and what they got what is called a hands-off policy. Ain't no hands getting thrown. If anybody's throwing blows, it's with these knives. And not that the brothers don't carry knives, because we do. But the thing is, let's say hypothetically, the Mexicans and the blacks get in it. The thing with the blacks are, we got gangs, we got the GDs, we got the Vice Lords, we got the Crips and the Bloods, and it's by law, they must have knives. But it's the other 50% of the yard brothers who is like, I'm not with that shit. You know, I'm on that quote unquote man time, and I'm not with no gang. And those are the dudes who don't carry knives. But the gang members, you have to carry knives because you're protecting that car. You know what I'm saying? And so all of that, the brothers don't carry knives. No, and when that riot jumps off, what I consider a cowardly move, but it's like I'm saying, it's all fair in love and war. When that war jumps off, they like to attack the non-affiliates because they know they don't got no knives. So if we can catch them slipping, and still, if you're black, that's a loss to the black car, whether or not you're part of the gang members or whatever. And those are the dudes who try to stay out the way and don't carry knives. But it's like in the jungle or somewhere in the Serengeti in Africa. The lions, they go after the weak gazelles because they're easier to kill, and you still eat them. You know what I'm saying? After you kill that gazelle, you're still eating. But they don't like to go after the strong and the strapped. You know what I'm saying? And don't get it twisted. In the Fed, them gang members, and they say, man, I'm on gang time, and you know what I'm saying? It's not really too much issues between Crips and Bloods or GDs and Vice Lords, because GDs, Vice Lords, and BDs, Latin Kings, they all a part of one car called the coalition. The Crips and Bloods, on most yards, they form the gang bang car. You know what I'm saying? Because in prison, it's always about strength and numbers, straight up. The more numbers, the better chance you got to survive in prison. Yeah, so don't get it twisted about the knives. If you run up on the wrong motherfucker, you're gonna get popped.
Okay.
And, you know, you got. Yeah.
I don't want to interrupt you, but so you've been to the feds and you also been to the state.
Mm-hmm.
What would you consider more dangerous?
California State, most definitely. But they got levels in the feds. Now, if you're in the FCI, you know, it still cracks off. But if you're in the penitentiary in the feds, it's a little more dangerous.
The USP?
No, the USPs. But ain't nothing compared to California prisons.
California level 4 180s, right? That's what you're talking about.
Level 4 180.
Yeah.
180. I've been to plenty of them.
That's where me and you come from.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ain't like that.
So you know my channel, it ain't like the other channels. I'm geared to saving these youth. And I'm not having a lot of homies that we grew up with on here. I'm very selective of who I put on here. I want my audience to know that. So anybody that I put on here, I have to see an actual change in their life. Because we can sit on this channel for 10 years straight every day, 2 hours a day, and tell war stories, and it'll all be authentic.
Yeah, we talked about this. And you talked about this.
Yeah, but my viewers don't know what we talked about.
Mm-hmm.
So
and you said if you ain't on no positive shit, we can't have you on. But you already,
and I meant that.
You know what I'm on.
And I meant that. So, okay, so people everywhere know you by Cisco. That name rings bells from here to Atlanta to Dallas to fucking Denver. So, what have I know what you've been doing since you've been home, but what are your goals and how are you going to pertain them? How are you going to get to those goals without putting that sack back in your hand? Because I had struggled with that when I came home. Me and you've been in the same lane for a lot of years. And it's a struggle when you're used to living a certain kind of way. But then you weigh your options and you're like, is it worth going back? Because every time I get out, I'm thinking I'm going to do it a little bit smarter. Oh, this is where I made my mistake. But as soon as you pick up the sack, that's the mistake. Because I figured out, you know, if you weigh the options, and if I catch another dope case, I'm doing 20, 25. You catch another dope case, you're doing 25, 30 years. So within that 30 years that I will be in prison, you learn every day by the mistakes you made in your 20s and your 30s and your 40s, right? So what have you learned and what are you standing on? Because I'm a Christian man now. I go to church. I've been going to church since 1999, actually. But I've been half stepping. You know what I mean? I was doing it for the wrong reasons. But when a higher power speaks to you and tells you have a different purpose, because I always thought my purpose was to take care of people. That's what I really thought my purpose on this earth was for. And I've done that all my life. Everyone around me knows, you know, my friends know, everyone from the block knows. I've always taken care of everybody around me. But there comes a time when you have to be taken care of. And in order to be taken care of, you have to put down your ego. Because you're so used to having the bag, the sack, and you don't, it's natural for me and your kind to take care of people around. What changed in you that you're not going to pick the sack up, that you're not going back to prison? Is it your kids? Is it your significant other? Is it your mother? Who is it? What? Because I can answer that question and it'll take me 2 minutes, but I don't want to answer that question until I get on Chad's interview on Blood on the Prison Wire TV Wednesday. But what actually changed your heart and your mind? And wait, let's hold that question right there. So I haven't touched on some of your street life shit. What happened to you over there on Mac Road? So I want the people to know, because this individual, he's lucky to be here right now. And before you answer that question, I wanted you to give my viewers a little bit of history of what happened to you. I know what happened to you. And we're blessed to still have you here, actually. Because I was like a mile away when that helicopter landed and took you to the hospital. So can you tell my viewers what happened to you and what year it happened?
It was the early 90s, man. And, we was all at, we were all at the trap apartment spot. Everybody gets their money. We had a majority of the homies was in the back shooting dice. I was out there with a couple square dudes, no non-affiliates. We just out there chopping it up. I'm out there getting my money. Some dudes rolled up with some silly shit. And you know me, I'm on gold time. So I kind of brought it on myself. And you know what I'm saying? I whipped out, pulled a pistol out, started pistol whipping the motherfuckers, and my gun fell out my hand, and it was 4 of them, 1 of me. And they we fighting a little while. They grabbed my pistol and they basically shot me. You know what I'm saying? And I got shot in the head. Laid me out, and they had to land the helicopter on Mac Road to come get me. And the cool part about it is I was so young and gung ho for lack of a better word, that that shit didn't even slow me down. I mean, I was laid out. I was wrapped up like a Muslim around the head with the turban on. The shit, man. A couple weeks later, man, I was back out in the streets doing what I do. You know how it is. But it's just, man, it's like that's what comes with this shit right here, man. This gang banging and this dope dealing, and that's what comes with it, man. And pistols, and you know what I'm saying. So it was just kind of all a part of the game for me. But now that I'm older, I look back and I was like, damn, I got shot in the back of the head with a 9mm. And
that's crazy.
I'm lucky to still be alive.
That's crazy. So that's okay. So I asked you the question earlier about what changed you. Did that have anything to do with it? Like, did you sit? Okay, because this was probably your longest stretch being away. Right now,
question.
15 years. So
I never did more than 2 years in prison until they hit me with all this time.
So during that 15 years, did you ever go back and think about that moment that you got shot in the back of your head with a 9mm, and Ben was like, you told yourself, man, there has to be a higher power for me to still be here. No, I know one other person that been shot in the head, and it messed up his eyes a little bit. That's it.
You talking about Bubba?
Oh, I know 2 other people. No, Carrot Top Ralph on Franklin Boulevard, but Bubba too, Bubba Baby too. What's up, Bubba? Anyways, did you sit in them penitentiaries and think all your life through, like since you was a little kid, was that the determination you had to come home and really change who you are and change what you're gonna do when you get back to Cali?
Well, I'm like I'm saying, this is a real channel, man. So I'm gonna give you 100% answer. Getting shot and all that shit, that's kind of like, I told you, it was like part of the game for me. But what really made me realize that I got to get this shit straight is because the hustler in me never left. It don't matter if they could give me 100 years. The hustler inside of me is going to always be there. But I'm thinking to myself, there's got to be a better way to get where I'm trying to get to. Because, you know what I'm saying, I like the fancy cars, the nice houses, but I don't like the jail time. So I just kind of sat back and figured out, man, I can't be playing with these people no more, because when the feds come, all that money you done accumulated, they taking that. And you got, you know what I'm saying, I got 9 daughters out there. So, babies, mamas from here and there with shit, you know what I'm saying, since you're in jail, we need this, we need that. And that money flew out the motherfucking window like a wild bird.
You got you have 9 daughters.
No question, my babies. Love them all.
They're probably watching this, or they're probably going to see this very shortly. So I gave you an opportunity to say why you changed your thinking and your heart. And you mentioned...
I can't do... And when I went to jail, my youngest daughter, Jayla, she was like... she wasn't even a year old. And now I get out, and she's 15 years old. She's damn near a woman. And even though that's still my baby, she don't really know me. And, you know what I'm saying, that's like, man, I can't, it ain't fair to them. You know what I'm saying, being gone so long from them to where, some of my daughters is shit. So my oldest daughter, 31 right now. So, a lot of them were teenagers when I went to jail. But my youngest ones, they don't even get the chance to know me. You know what I'm saying? That fucks you up. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. That right there, me being away for 9 years, 8 months, and 22 days away from my kids was the most detrimental thing I've ever been through in my life. I've been stabbed in prison. I did shoe time. No, I never been shot in the back of the head though. But that right there was the most pain that I ever suffered. So I made mistakes when I first came home, because I wanted to give my kids all what I had inside of me, the knowledge, so they don't make the same mistakes as me. But I did it too fast, and I took my one of my sons to do some things that I shouldn't have did, and he's seen some things he shouldn't have seen. And it's like I had to really go back and really analyze what I went through in the 9 years, 8 months away from him. And I put him and his mother through a lot of stuff along with my other kids. And that's why I don't go back to jail. For my kids' sake. That's it. That's it. And that's way more than enough. And I heard you mention your 9 daughters, man. And that's something precious. So my suggestion.
And I got 6 grandkids that I haven't even held yet. I ain't even seen them in person yet. You know what I'm saying? I don't want them to think that their grandfather is a bum. This nigga stay in jail. And I'm saying, man, there has to be a better way, man. I'm tired of this bullshit. And when you go to jail, you take everybody with you in some sort, some type of way. They ain't got no father. When father, daughter, dances come, they real dad ain't there. Ain't no telling who the stand-in dad is. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I ain't got no problem for stand-in dad. Do your thing. And I ain't mad at that. But, that biological bond, that's a motherfucker. All my daughter's last name is Broadway. And you know what I'm saying? When they real dad ain't here, that had to fuck them up. But said it ain't my fault. But I'm not going back. I done figured out how to get this money a better way, and I'm cool on that jail shit, man.
Yeah.
And if I can pass this down to the youth, hey man, you gotta look towards LeBron James or Steph Curry or Oprah Winfrey or Tyler Perry. Look towards these positive black folks. Don't look towards these gang members and these dope dealers because jail, man, that shit's fucked up, man.
So
you know what I'm saying? When your wife burn rubber on you because you got too much time, baby's mama's leaving, kids ain't like you don't get out of all the kids I got. Them Father's Day cards, they wasn't coming like they were supposed to. And nigga, that shit hurts right there. And that's what happens when you go to jail. And you gotta pick that knife up when a motherfucker come knock on your door and say, as soon as they crack these doors, it's time to go. You know what I'm saying? That shit, that's jail, man. That's jail, and that's what happens when you fuck with this stupid shit. Now look at these rappers right now caught up in this RICO indictment. As much shit as they was rapping about, and them niggas is trying hard as shit to get up out of jail right now.
Yeah.
all that high tower shooting, dope selling they was talking about, all that shit flew out the window when the cuffs clamped down. Yeah, this shit, man.
They froze their bank accounts.
Yeah, no question. All that money that you making out here, the people is coming to take that.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
I've been through that.
Around with this jail, you already know, man. You're doing real good on the streets. As soon as they clap them cuffs down, man, it goes from sugar to shit in no time at all.
Sugar to shit. Shit rolls downhill.
No question. You need to get your shit straight. Whatever, if any type of talent you got, spend all your time and effort and your talents, man, and look towards these positive role models who get this money and ain't never spent a day in jail. And ain't nothing fly about being in jail. Niggas glorifying this jail shit, and I was on the yard, and I don't give a fuck if you're the man or you. Ain't no chicks and ain't no females in there.
Not like the state. Not like the state, huh?
Oh yeah, I was in the state and I was married, so I'm fully aware of them family that shit, man.
I had a little shit, yeah. Hey, man, Sco. So look, man. So this is part 1, but I want you to let my viewers know about your books. What we're doing with the books, what I'm participating in this, what we plan on doing with these books. If you guys want these books, how you're going to get them. I'm going to post his short story probably in a couple of days on here. And you're not going to get the whole short story for free. He's charging. We're going to put the first chapter up. the first chapter up. And I want you to let my viewers know that. But I want you to, while you're doing that, I want you to put something in the back of your head. Because I only ask worthy viewers of this. And that's why I've been pushing what your change is and what you've been through. We're not glorifying any gang banging whatsoever on my channel. I'm from 29th Street, Garden Block, Crip. Been from there since 1984, 1983. But I don't gang bang no more, period. I don't be around homies. I don't go to functions because my family means more. They didn't give a fuck about me when I was in jail. They didn't give a fuck about you. And there's like 15 of us out here that feel the same way that I've talked to so far, maybe more. But we didn't drop out. We didn't have to drop out. We're not Northerners. We're not Southerners. So we don't have to drop out. We don't have to be deemed no good. So I want you to think about this.
Just real quick when you said that, shout out to the homie No Good. That's my nigga. Well, go ahead. Finish what you were saying.
Lamar Brown.
No question. That's my dude.
I talked to him last week. Okay, so before you answer this question, I want you to answer my question before this. What would you tell 12-year-old Jason Broadway?
I would tell him to get his shit. Don't quit trying to. Of course, you got homies from the hood. Sometimes there's no choice but to follow. But man, get your shit together, man. Stay in school, and it's not necessarily about staying in school because I don't really preach to school because there's billionaires who dropped out of school. But whatever talent you got, man, utilize it. If you can play ball, utilize that. If you can rap, utilize that. If you can sing, put all your effort and time in that, man, and see where that goes. Because fucking with this other shit, man, and like I'm saying, man, I've been shot and I made it through, but a lot of people don't take that bullet wound to the back of the head and make it through. You know what I'm saying? And
you're blessed to be here still.
Yeah, no question. And the 12-year-old me, I would tell him, man, pay attention to some positive role models. Now, it's cool to have respect for the big homies, but if they ain't talking some right shit, man, be like, hey, man, I hear you, man, but I'm on something else, and I'll catch up with you later. There's always going to be somebody positive in your neighborhood talking about something. He might not be the most respected dude in the block, but if he's talking about something positive, you need to pay attention to him. Because them positive dudes, they stay out of jail, and they're the ones running corporate America right now. All the nerds and shit that you wasn't fucking with in school, them the dudes running corporate America, getting all this real live money, man.
And they're taking care of their families.
And they're taking care of their family, and they're staying out of prison, man.
Okay, so Sco, I want you to tell my viewers a little bit about your books. We got like 4 minutes left. I'm being weighed down right now.
Okay.
I wanted you to give them a little bit about your books, your Facebook, your Instagram.
Yeah, my books, man. I'm gonna put a little piece of that on part 2. You know what I'm saying? But for free, I'm gonna give you a little piece, and if you want the rest, go on and make that investment. It's gonna be the best money you spent in a while. And
nothing but $10.
Yeah, and then it's something small, it's something major, something motherfucker can afford for some real live entertainment. And the next time, in the next couple of days, when I get at you, I'm gonna figure out this live stream shit, and we'll be live. So don't worry about it, and we gonna get that shit situated for next time. And
so go ahead and give them your Instagram and your Facebook. And I want my viewers to know that anything donated today is going straight to the channel for production. I appreciate the donations already. Go ahead and tell them we need to close out, but go ahead and give me your Instagram, your Facebook. And like I said, I apologize to my viewers. He's supposed to be live with right now.
That's my bad. That's my bad. I'm gonna make it up to you next time.
He's kind of like I was when I came home with the new technology after being away so many years. It's hard to learn to function. with the new technology. Actually, I didn't even set this technology up. I had the homie Reggie Into with 916 Mix come and set my shit up for me because I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I didn't know how to log in this shit. So I know where you're coming from. And I've been home 4.5 years. It takes a minute.
We'll be ready next time. Just keep your eye on the channel. It's going to be in the next few days, and we're going to be live next time. I promise you we're going to get this shit straight. But my Instagram is jjonah888. That's the name I write. That's the name that I write up under, J Jonah. And my Facebook is just Jason Broadway. And make sure you look up. If you ever want to know anything about me, my whole criminal past, just look up under that Broadway law, Jason Alexander Broadway, versus the United States of America. That's gonna let you know a little something about me.
And that's important. That's important because we got haters out there. And,
no question, they everywhere.
And what I mean by that is people put a jacket on you and don't know the truth. And I've been through it. Everybody's been through it. Even the solidest motherfuckers that never did anything wrong, never told, never raped, never did the three big ones that people talk about. They still get jacks put on because they hated on because they got the bigger bag, the bigger house, the better car, and they just be hated on. But I've been knowing you as a kid, and I ain't heard. I mean, I've heard things, but I know the real. I look up everything. I'm an investigator, but it's the United States of America versus Jason Broadway. It's a new law written in his name. You guys might want to go look it up if you have any doubts. He's a solid individual. I've been knowing him all my life. He wouldn't be on my channel if he was still participating in the street gang life, period. I'm not having nobody on here like that. I'm having people on here, a selective few from my neighborhood that I know has made a change. I know that's going to help my channel prosper because we're here to scare the youth into doing the things we did to go to prison, because prison is the worst place. I don't care what prison you're at. It's the worst place you want to be. You can't, it's hell. It's hell on earth. And there's things that happen in prison that I've seen that just like, I wish I would videotape some of it. I did videotape some of it. I'm looking through my emails now because I want to share some shit with you guys. But this is an exclusive interview with Jason, Big Cisco, Broadway. And we're going to do part 2, part 3 coming probably in a week. And his book will be on my channel within 3 days. The short story. What's the name of it?
The story I'm going to give you is called Watcher, or like Watcher or Watch Her.
Watch Her.
Any way you want to put it. And like I'm saying, it's pure entertainment. And like I'm saying, it's going to be the best money you spent in a while. But the first chapter, I'm going to give you for free. And I just want to thank all the viewers for coming out, fucking with me. And stay fucking with your boy. Go on and check out my Facebook and see what I do out there with that camera and how I have a little fun with the platform. And I appreciate you, Donnie. And keep doing what you're doing, baby. You know I love you. Love you all my life. You my dude. I fuck with you the long way, and I appreciate you for having me. And tune in. I'll be back in a couple of days, and we will be live. And I'm sorry about this little
it's nothing. We got across what we needed to get across. This is live, so we're not editing nothing out. Anybody got any questions, go ahead and look it up yourself. I don't co-sign for no damn body no more. Ever since my best friend, I found out something foul. So I don't do no co-signing for nobody, period. And this is someone I co-sign for because I did my thorough investigation and I know where his mind, his heart, and his soul is right now. And he ain't never going back to prison. I can say that. He ain't going back to prison. Not if I can help it. I'm going to do everything I can to keep him out because I need him on my team right now. Even if he's in Denver for 3 or 4, 5, 6 more months, I'm there with him. So viewers, please check out his Instagram, check out his Facebook, and we'll be talking to you in a minute. Cisco, I'm going to hit you back in probably an hour. I got to do some things right now. I love you. Stay healthy. Stay blessed. And I'll talk to you in a minute.
All right, homie. Good looking out.
If you guys haven't already subscribed to my channel, please hit that subscription button. Please hit that like button and definitely hit that share button. And we'll be back again tomorrow and Wednesday. Wait a minute. Yes, we will be back. Tomorrow is Wednesday. We'll be back tomorrow and Thursday, I mean. Good looking out, Reg. That's what you need an editor for right there. So I appreciate everything you guys done for this channel so far. It only started a month and a few days ago, and it's already getting the views that I need, the watch time that I need. Please watch these videos clear through to the end. I need the watch time to monetize. After I monetize, I'm giving you guys little content right now. I got a whole binder full of content right here. And I'm not giving it all to you now until I'm monetized, because a lot of these channels run out of real content. I'm never going to run out of real content. I got 28 years of content right here and right here. So hit that subscribe button. Love you guys. And stay positive, stay blessed. And we'll see you tomorrow.